Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and welcome back, guys, to another story time, guys. And in the last one, guys, we got some pretty nice feedback, guys. So a few people asked me for some more, guys. We got some really nice feedback, guys. Thank you guys so much, guys. So I thought I'd make another one. So also, guys, just remember, guys, if you guys do enjoy this, then please tell me in the comments below, guys, and drop it a like, guys, and let's get right into the video.
Desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. Take these walls and rip them down. Take my...
Okay then, guys, welcome back, guys, to another story time, guys. We're back, guys, with another story time, and today we're going to be talking about the first time I ever had my first ever cigarette. Now, some people may or may not like cigarettes, but, you know... some people might, some people do not, but it all comes down to preference. Anyway, so this is the first time that I ever had a cigarette. Now, at this time, it was around the teenager age, so people sort of like, some people kind of started thinking drugs were cool then. So people, like back then we were pretty young, so it was like, probably, I was like 11 or maybe 12, maybe even 10, something like that. I remember because I hit my puberty pretty fast. I hit it really early than anyone else. I think I already had facial hair at like 11, so trust me, I was like a gorilla, like at the age of 13. So at about this was around, I was about 11 at this time. Now, I was out with a few mates. It was me and two of my other mates, and we were actually down at the exact same caravan park that we ended up egging when we got caught. If you guys did watch the last story time, this was in the exact same caravan park, but however this was like 2 years later though. So yeah, so just so you guys head that up. Anyway, so what we were doing, of course, we were just chilling outside my mate's caravan. We were just kicking back on outside on the camp chairs. We were just relaxing after a nice big day. We were out skiing and tubing and fishing. We were like really puffed out and tired because we were just out the whole day. And then I found out that his stepmom had cigarettes. Now, at the time, this was when I started getting like sort of like the hormones that sort of like make you start thinking that drugs are kind of cool and all that sort of stuff, make you start like getting a bit curious on what this sort of stuff does. So I thought, yo bro, do you reckon you want to try some cigarettes? And my mates were like, yeah, but where are we going to get them from? And I pointed directly at my mate's stepmom's stash of cigarettes, and he goes, okay. And I was like, whoa, well that was pretty freaking easy. Now, we couldn't just grab him because his stepmom was like laying in the bed, which was like 2 steps away. She was laying in the bed with my mate's dad. They were laying in the bed, but she had a pretty good sight of her cigarettes. So I told my mate to do a distraction. Now, at the time, his phone had a little bit of a problem. His phone had a problem where he just couldn't access a few things, and his mum knew some pretty good technology. So he walks over there and starts talking to his mum about it. Now, when he was doing that, he told me to only grab enough for me and the boys. That was about 3-4 cigarettes. Instead of that, I grabbed about 25. Not legitimately, I grabbed about 12 cigarettes from his stepmom's pack. Now, his stepmom's pack was about a 50 pack, so it was pretty big. It was full to the brim. There was about 1 or 2 taken. Now, of course, I was sitting inside the caravan. When he was talking to his stepmom, I just reached over, grabbed the packet of cigarettes, hid it under the desk, and just opened it, and took out a few, and put it in my pocket. I was about to put it back, but then I decided to grab some more. So I pulled it back to me, and I pulled out a few more cigarettes, put them in my pocket, put it up on the bench. Because my mate finishes talking to my mum, he comes outside, and he closes the caravan door before he walks out. And he goes, yo, bro, how many you got? I said, I got a fair few of them. He's like, enough for all of us? I'm like, yeah. He's like, how many you reckon you got? I'm like, 10. He was like, you're fucking joking me. Why the fuck did you grab so many? I'm like, whoa, bro, whoa, just chill. So then, on the other side of the caravan park, there was a boat ramp. And we just headed up there because no one really came over there because it was actually in the middle of a construction site and no one was really allowed over there. So we sort of snuck over there. We ran over there and we sort of hid behind in like a little bit of a ditch between the boat ramps, so we weren't really visible from anyone anywhere. So we ran over there and I pulled out the cigarettes and we just started counting because you wanted to know how many we grabbed. So I just started counting, and I think there was around 12 to like 16. I think it was somewhere between that. I'm not 100% sure. It was around that. And at the time, I had a lighter on me actually, because I actually grabbed a lighter. I can't remember where I got the lighter from. I remember getting the lighter from. I remember I found a lighter. And I remember putting it in my pocket because it had gas in it. And I remember putting it in my pocket. And I had a lighter, I pull it out. Well, actually, we were sitting there, and he goes, anyone got a lighter? I pull out my lighter. He's like, oh, nice, dude. So he chucks me the cigarette. I put it in my mouth. I think I'm so cool. I light the cigarette. I take a nice big whiff of the cigarette. And I didn't even suck it in my lungs. I sort of just suck it in my mouth. I was just sitting there, sucking it into my mouth, not really taking it in my lungs. I get about halfway through the cigarette, and I just say, screw it. I sucked the cigarette in my lungs, and next thing you know, I'm coughing like such a bitch, dude. I was coughing so hard. I was like, what? I felt like I was just gonna vomit everywhere, dude. Like, oh my god, when I took that whiff of that cigarette, I just got a whiff of like cancer, dude. I was like, ugh. I just like felt like spewing up, and I just started coughing so hard. He's like, shut up, shut up. So I'm like putting my hand over my mouth, holding my nose, trying to make me stop coughing, dude. It was so disgusting. I felt like spewing up everywhere. So then, of course, I eventually stopped coughing. So then, of course, I put it back, and I just kept sort of like whiffing it into my mouth. Wasn't really sucking it in my lungs for the rest of the cigarette. I told my mate, take a whiff into your lungs. And he's like, oh, okay. So he grabs a cigarette. And he puts it in his mouth, and he just pulls this thing. And my mate, I'm not gonna pull any names here, but my mate was he was smoking pot, so he was a pretty alright smoker. He knew the ins and outs, and he knew how to smoke the weed, and he knew all those sort of stuff that like every sort of cannabis smoker knew. And so he takes a big whiff, and he just holds it in, doesn't cough, doesn't do anything. And then just blows it out, and he's like, oh, nice. I'm just sitting there like, how in the fucking world did you just do that, dog? And he's like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, it was fucking disgusting. And he just stares at me like, bro, you are on something, aren't you? So, and then, so if I finished my cigarette, he finished his cigarette, and he goes, you want to have one more? And I'm like, sure. So I grabbed another cigarette, I lighted it up, and this one here, I just started sucking in my lungs. All of a sudden, I took the next whiff. I lit the cigarette and took a whiff, sucked it in my lungs, and it just felt so much cleaner. I don't know why, but after I took the first one, it just felt so much better. So then I just started whiffing it into my lungs a lot more, and eventually over time, the puffs got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because at first I was barely even puffing any, because I could barely even hold anything in my lungs, because I was sort of a beginner back then. I was like 10 years old, and I do not recommend anything that I do, anything that I talk about in my videos, I do not recommend. It's your choice. So yeah, and 10 is like way too young to be smoking cigarettes. So I took a big whiff, and it was nice, and I just started building up my whiffs, and I was inhaling quite a lot of smoke, and I was sort of loving it for the rest of the night. And yeah, so that was basically my first ever time having a cigarette. It was alright. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the story, guys. If you guys enjoyed the story time, then guys, don't forget to leave it a like, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, then don't forget to please tell me in the comments below, guys. If you guys didn't, then also tell me as well, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, and bye-bye.